Hello, this is the video video for the introduction to data science course. And in this video, I would like to discuss how to handle data with multiple files. So you already learned in the previous chapter, we are dealing with the data reading from one file, which is the CSV file. And you may have data in many files. Okay, so you need to understand the data and you need to try to integrate the data, and it is not is also a common way to to merge multiple files. Okay, so we might need to merge those files into one data frame. So if you have different files, you need to merge it into one data frame in order to analyze the data, because if you have multiple data frames, it is difficult to analyze it. So there are many merge functions. So in this video, I would like to teach you how to use one merge function. And when the merge function is, yeah, if the file name is different, but they have the similar attribute name, or if they have different attribute names, then how can you handle that one? So I will give you 4 data sets. In this case, we have the employee department, CSV. So the attribute name is employee and group. Employee date.csv, it means the employee and the hiring date. And then employee supervisor. So the employee, it belongs to the which group and who is the supervisor. And the employee salary. Okay, so the name and the salary. So using this data, I want to make one data frame, because it is common in the company or in any organization that they separate those, because the salary is like sensitive information, so they don't want to put into one. And the supervisor and group, it is, yeah, it is related with the hierarchical of the company, so they have the separate data for this one. And employee and hiring date, actually, this one and the other name, which is the employee and group, actually they can be in one database. But okay, for example, we just have this 4, and how can we combine, or how can we merge those files? I think it's good practice whenever you do with the analysis, you will start with the import functions. Okay, so this import function can be numpy, pandas, and then if you are doing with the visualization, then you need to include also the matplotlib or the seaborn. Okay. And first, I would like to deal with this employment department. Okay, I will do sequence: department, date, supervisor, and salary. First, I want to know the department. Okay. And then I don't put a lot of data in order to make it easier for you to understand. So in this data, EMP, so the data employment. Okay, first I gave you the CSV file, and I have a folder data. So you just put those CSV file in the folder data. Okay, so those data, if you already put in this folder data, you can just call the folder name and then call the file name, which is the amp.csv. Okay, so in this case, I have the data employee, which have 4 rows. Okay, 4 rows, and the first employee is Bob. He is in the group accounting. Jake is in the group engineering. Lisa is in the group engineering, and Sue is in the group of HR. HR means the human resource. And then I have the second data employee. I want to know the hiring date. Okay, so this hiring date, okay, Lisa was hired on 2004, Bob was hired on 2008, Jake was hired on 2012, and Sue was hired on 2014. Now, I would like to merge those. Okay? If you see the merge, is there any similar column? Yeah, they have the employee and they have also an employee in another data set. In the merge function, they will combine, okay, they will, if you use just simple merging of two data frame, because if they have the same column name, then there will be no issue. So you just do the pd.merge, it means the merging function between two data, and you want to put it into the C data M, for example, C is just combined, okay? Then it will automatically show that Bob, who is now in the accounting, he has been hired on from 2008, Jake engineering 2012, Lisa engineering 2004, and Shu HR 2014. So they just put a new column, and this new column will based on the employee information, because the employee information, they're the same. Okay, but what if the data is not the same? Okay, there might be another issue. So there might be issue like the missing values and how to handle those things later part. Okay, so now I'm just giving you one example how to merge those data. In the next, I have the supervisor. Okay, so in the supervisor, I guess I do need this one. Okay, so this is the comment from the previous one. So I would like to include the supervisor. Okay, in the supervisor, let's see, I just want to show first data emp3. Okay, data employee 3. Oh, I can see here that the supervisor of the group accounting is Carly. The supervisor of account engineering group is Guido, and the supervisor for the HR group is Steve. Now, how can I combine this one with the C data M? Okay, C data M is this one. Employee group hire, and then I have group and supervisor. Oh, okay, we have the same, also the same. Oh, actually, yeah, I can use this one. So we just do the simple merging. How can we do the simple merging? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, maybe I just put this one again. Sorry. So I just put this one again, and then I just do the simple merging between the C data M and the data employee 3 into the C data M1. Okay, so the result will be the things here. Now we have employee, group, hire date, and supervisor. Okay, so those data from 3 data set has been merged. So we can see Bob is supervised by Carly, Jake is supervised by Guido, Lisa is supervised by Guido because they are in the same group. Okay. Now we have the we can explicitly give certain T on the merging data if we are giving the information, like, because I know that those data has different those data they still have the same attribute, no problem. But let's say I want to specify, okay, I want to specify based on the group. Okay, so I can just put one more parameter on group. Okay, and then after I run, yeah, basically it's the same. Okay, now there is one new file, and this the one new file is data employee salary. Okay, so I just use the data C data emp. Maybe it's not. Yeah, okay. Anyway, you can change the variable name later. So I have the C data emp3 and this one. The name Bob, Jake, Lisa, Sue, their salary is 70,000, 80,000, and something like this. Now, when you see from the first data, when you saw the first data, we have the attribute name is employee, but now the attribute name is name. Oh, how can you deal with the merge? Okay, we have different column name, so there should be a way to merge the two data set, and we need to use on. Okay, on, what is the meaning by on? In the example before, I use on in order to specify the attribute name, but you can use left on and right on. What does it mean? So left on means the data on the left, and right on is the data on the right. If I refer to this data, okay, the merging function is going to merge the left data and the right data. Left means the Wenchuk, right, it means the orange. Okay, so okay, I'm speaking in Korea. So for you or the foreign students, please, yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, I just speak in Korean. So the left means the C data EMP2, and the right means the C data EMP3. And I want to merge those two data frame according to the employee from the C data EMP2 and the name, column name, in the C data EMP3. C data EMP3 name, and then C data EMP2 is employee. Then they want to merge the employee according to this rule, left on and right on. Now you can see that all data has been merged with the employee and name as the key. And you can see this, we have the employee and name at the same time. Actually, we know that you can just use only one because employee and the name, they are the same. So we can just delete. Okay, we can just delete one of the column because it is not necessary for our further analysis. So what we can do is try to use only one, whether we want to use employee or we want to use name. The same with the previous one. Let's say C data EMP5, and then I want to merge the C data EMP2 and C data EMP3, and the left is employee and the right is name. And after I merge those two, I would like to drop. What is drop? Okay, I want to delete. I want to delete the something. Okay, so in this case, I want to delete the column name, and I need to specify x is equals to 1 because I want to delete the column wise. Okay, and I get this one, then now you will get the final result, which is employee, group hire date, supervisor salary, and the name does not appear. Okay, so that's the integration file. Of course, there might be a lot of issue when you integrate the files. Yeah, at least now we are learning how to combine two data sets. So using the merge function, you can merge the two data sets, and then you can merge the two data sets when the two column names are they have the same column name with simple merging. But how if the column names are different? Okay, and you learn about how to drop or delete a column that is redundant to the merge functions. Okay, so those three is learning check, and I hope that you can still review this one, and some other examples and some other assignment might be useful for you to understand how to use this merge function. Okay, thank you for listening. See you on my next video.